Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all of the crazy things that I seem to step on. Welcome. It is Wednesday, the 16th of September. We are over halfway through. It's flying by. We're close to Halloween, so make sure you have your Halloween stuff up and going. I have a great question today from one of our members in our group, and his name is Anthony. So right off the bat, you've got my vote, Anthony. I think his last name is Derek, Anthony Derek, and his question is something that keeps actually coming up for me recently with a lot of other voice actors and things like that. And that question is, I don't have a space yet, or my space isn't consistent in my house to record in, or I've got to travel, or, I've got family members. It's just very chaotic. How can I set up a space that's little room that has to be portable? So the question is, is a portable booth the way to go? And I think this is a fantastic question. Is a portable recording booth the direction I should go in? And, maybe what are some, portable recording booths? So many of you know, as I started in my VO journey, I started with what I said as a hobo fort, which was PVC pipes, packing blankets, and things that I was able to put together from home, like adding blankets and pillows. So that's how I started, and mine was very mobile because I had to put it up and take it down every night. Now, when I say very mobile, I guess I should backtrack that a little bit and just say mobile, because it took me about 20-25 minutes to put up my hobo fort every night, and then it took me about 10-15 minutes or so to take it down. And then I also stored it because we were living in a very small house at the time, so I had to store it outside. We had a little teeny shed that the bag of stuff that I put everything in fit in. So that was where I actually kept my hobo fort during the day, and then I would put it up at night around 10 p.m. and record until about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then take it down and put it away, and then do the whole day over again. So that's how my portable booth. And what I did is that with the hobo fort, the PVC pipes, you use connectors that you can get from Lowe's. You can even buy it online now as well, but they're just PVC pipe connectors, and I cut it to shape around my desk. I use clamps, plastic, clamps I bought from Lowe's as well, that I just held up the packing blanket so I could easily put it up and put it down. You can use grommets, you can use hanger, bathroom, shower hangers or whatever, the rings. You can use all kinds of stuff to keep it up, but I used the clamps because that's what I had at the time, and I didn't have grommets and things like that. So that was my portable booth that I used. Now, the bad thing about that, though, is it was not portable when I had to go places. That was not very portable at all. So that was a challenge. Nowadays, there are a lot of more portable options available for you, and some of them are cheap, some of them are pretty expensive, but in the end, the reality is I think any voice actor realizes, when you get into this and you start doing this for the long term, having a portable solution is so important. So part of that solution is the gear that you have to take with you besides just the booth. And in this case, it doesn't matter whether it's at your home, right? Because I think that's what Anthony was asking about in his home, or if you're traveling somewhere. So the gear that you have in your home that's portable is important. Okay, so yes, USB mics, having a good USB mic to travel with is not a bad idea, because that's easily plugged into a computer, or in your house, it's easily moved. But having an XLR mic on a stand with a portable type, I have this right here, which is the Zoom H5. They also have the Zoom H6, and basically this is a device where you can plug in it's got two XLR plugs in the bottom. It's got phantom power, and it records to a little there we go, to a little SD card, and that saves everything as a WAV file, and then you can literally put that into your computer to mix it when whatever DAW that you have. So that's one thing, and that's very portable, and it runs on battery, so it's very quiet, which I love. It does have a microphone on top, but don't use that microphone. Not to record your jobs on. So that's equipment. Now you could literally take or move around your interface with you as well. I have the Apollo Twin, which is only about that big. Most interfaces are that big until you get to some of the, like if you're getting mixing boards and stuff. But in general, that interface / preamp is pretty small, so it's easy to move around. But when it comes to the booth itself, there are some different options, and I want to talk about them real quick because I think it's important to really make sure you're not going to waste your money. So there's these. So the first option would be these things called shields. So basically what they are is they're these pieces of metal or whatever on the outside, and they make this like concave around the microphone, right? And the microphone sits in the middle and it goes around it like this. And then on the inside of it, right, there's foam. So the idea is that you talk into this direction of this concave shield and that it's supposed to trap or stop the reflection of your voice or the reflection of the sound waves from bouncing, through there off the walls, going back and coming here. In theory, this sounds good, but the issue you run into here is that, it's not closed. It's usually about this big. It's about this big, and, your voice is going to go everywhere else around it as well. So it's not really the best scenario. Now, if you have a shotgun microphone with a hypercardioid pickup pattern, which basically means that every microphone has a pickup pattern, meaning what directions around the microphone can you hear or pick up noise. Some microphones have very narrow patterns, which are known for pretty much like shotgun microphones, and then some have wider patterns that pick up more around it. Large diaphragm microphones are known to pick up a higher, like more of a, even it can go to even an omni pickup pattern, right, where it picks up all of it. It picks up everywhere, or just not so narrow like a shotgun microphone. So, anyways, that pickup pattern matters too, because it also matters, if it's narrow and you stand up to the microphone, a lot of it's going to be blocked by your body, or your face, or your head in general. But in this particular case, I haven't seen a lot of people really enjoying the shield. I see a lot of singers that enjoy it because they can still deal with room tone, and that's kind of a part of singing, but for voice artists, that's not the best way to go. So there's the shield. Now, there's another type of setup where, and I actually tried this, it was the first setup I actually did before my Hobo 4, and that was where I got a crate, if you will, like one of those blue or purple plastic crates that you get from Walmart or whatever. And then, you take foam and you put it all in the inside and you stick your mic inside this thing, right? And the whole idea is you talk into this thing and it blocks everything. Well, if you have the right insulation and it's big enough, meaning you got thick enough insulation, it's not a bad thing, but you run into some problems with this thing because it's got four, right? It's got, top, bottom, sides, and then it's got a back. Well, the issue you have is you got to stick your head in there, because if you have this barrier here, right? You have this opening here that goes like this, and you've got tops and you've got your microphone sitting inside it. When you go to speak, unless the thing is right up into your face like this, that's covering your face, and as long as you have enough thickness in there, you got to have at least 4 inches thick of insulation, right, to really make it stop bouncing off the actual plastic or metal or whatever you're using. You're going to run into some problems. It's going to sound bad. It's not going to work. But here's the deal. The problem with sticking your face in there is you still have to read copy. So you have nowhere to read. So this is things that I ran into when I was having problems, right? I had to be able to read the actual copy. And even if you printed it off or even had a small device that you're sticking in there, it's a nightmare trying to manage your DAW, trying to do all of this stuff. That's a mess. So it is very challenging in that sense, for the purposes of making it portable, but also getting a good sound. So that's an issue. Now, again, using a shotgun mic, using a small pickup pattern, or in this particular situation, depending if you have a noise issue, using a cardioid mic or something instead of a condenser microphone would be a better idea, meaning you're not going to pick up as much with the microphone. Like, this is not a condenser microphone, it's a cardioid microphone, but it's not going to pick. This is a broadcast style microphone, so it's made to not pick up as much around me, but more so my voice, and amplify my voice and give it some nice full volume, as opposed to other microphones. Like if I had a TLM 103 here, that's an amazing microphone, but the problem is it's going to make everything in this room sound so much more, which, is not a treated room. I record in a booth, which is behind us. So anyway, that's another option, but I got rid of mine because I didn't do a good job of making it. Plus, it just didn't work for me physically. I couldn't make it work. It was very portable, but again, I couldn't really make it work physically. Now, moving on to the next thing, there are these booths, and they're called ISOVox. ISOVox, and they are these portable booths that sit on top of a speaker stand. That actually, they're portable, they fold together, and basically what happens is you stand up, and they have a flap on the back. You step into it, you pull the flap down, it covers everything around you. The mic stand comes up through the middle, has a light inside, so you can put an iPad or something in there to control. You could have probably a small laptop in there. It's hard. It's not bad. I've seen people using a Shure SM7B in one of those, which I think would be perfect for that. Now, they are pretty expensive. These are about $1,000, but they're probably as most portable as you can get from a travel standpoint and in your house, because you could technically set it up anywhere. So that's something that I think is a good option, but at the same time, that's expensive. One of the biggest things I think when you're starting out too is, of course, to find a location that you can utilize that you have in your house. It's not going to cost you a lot of money. And closets really are some of the best things to use. Tons of clothes, blankets, pillows, things that you have in your house, anything that deadens the sound. But don't forget the importance of the microphone. The type of microphone you have. If you're having issues in your house and things, you really do want to get a shotgun microphone. This is not a shotgun microphone, it's an RE20, but it's kind of in the shape of a shotgun microphone. Think of the shotgun microphones as the microphones you see on movie sets, right? They have that like little black wind guard over it, and they're these long tubes. And basically the idea is they shoot a narrow pickup pattern for your voice so that it's not picking up stuff everywhere else, and it just makes it easier for you to capture your voice and not capture everything around it. And some of them really have some great sounds. The Synco D2 is a really good microphone. It's around $250. There's also the Sennheiser 416, which is I use. That's $1,000 microphone, but it is incredible microphone. And even though I have a booth, I still use the shotgun microphone because I like the way it makes my voice sound. So, this is some important things to take in note. Now, the Shure SM57, I think the SM57, that's that old style microphone, that they have on stage and stuff. It's a good microphone when it comes to blocking out noise if you have noise issues in your home. So my takeaway, or your takeaway, hopefully, from all this is that having a portable setup in your house is very important if, like, for example, Anthony says you're having an issue with a consistent space. However, it's also just as important to make sure you focus on the microphone. When I first started, I had no idea that I should be focusing on the type of microphone I got to help with the space. I had no idea. Okay. But now hopefully I'm telling you, you will too, that the microphone plays just as much as important part as everything else. Sadly, when I bought the NT1A, the Rode NT1A microphone, and that's a large diaphragm microphone, and it's a huge pickup pattern, around it, and it did not sound great in my space. And it was a mess, even though I had my hobo for it, because it did not isolate, the specific area with my voice. It had a huge pickup pattern, so it was very very bright, if you will, very loud in the sense of it just picked up reverb and everything, even though I was trying to, have my hobo for it. So looking back, if I had a shotgun microphone, if I had the Synco D2, which is around the same price, it would have helped a lot of time, although I think at that time the Synco D2 wasn't out. But anyways, needless to say, I hope that this helps you with some understanding of portable options, things you can do in your house, things that can help you move around, but also focus on the microphone that you have, and that's important as well when it comes to reverb and everything like that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have a moment, click that like, subscribe button. Also, if you're in the market for a demo and you're looking for someone to help, all right, and you need some maybe affordable options, check out the link below. Andrew and I, we offer demos and things like that, and we've been doing a bunch, so we'd love to help you out. And you can also go to avosjourney.com and check that out. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon. Peace.